Hello, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 9 of Soccer in the City, our New York City FC save. Now, since our last episode where we drew with Galaxy, bottom of the table Galaxy, shameful, and that was a last-minute draw as well. Things didn't get much better in terms of results, but we were absolutely robbed against New England. We could not finish to save ourselves, but we had 61% of the possession. We had 10 shots on goal. We just could not score. You can see Yangel Herrera got himself sent off again. I've tried to have words with him. He's really good when he's not on, not watching the game from the seat of shame. But I just don't know what to do with him. But we still should have won that game, and it was a travesty that we didn't. Then we had the third and final Hudson Derby of the season. You can see we got a 2-1 win. It was the toughest game they've given us all season, and it was a late goal, as you can see. Bradley Wright-Phillips got one back that made it a little bit of a nervy finish. But we did deserve to win. We played pretty well, but it was definitely the best game that they've given us. So this episode, we're going to play Portland. As you can see, they're third in their Western Conference, and Colorado, who are fourth. That doesn't quite tell the story, though, because you can see here, look at those points and games played as well. Portland are right behind us, although they've played 2 games extra, and Colorado are 2 points behind us, but they played the same amount of games. And if we can win this game, we will go equal with Seattle on top. We play Kansas City after Colorado, so it's really, really tight at the top of the table. So this is a episode where we want to try and get, I would think, at least 4 points. In terms of our conference, we're looking okay. Toronto FC have already drawn this round of games. So again, if we can get a win, we can put a nice little gap between them. Our real competition here, as I said last episode, is Atlanta. They are 7 points behind us, but they have 2 games in hand. So probably not, but potentially they are only 1 point behind us. So let's have a look at the team that we're going with for Portland. Very, very familiar team. Johansson in goal, because I think I said last episode, Sean Johnson's injured, and he is out for quite a while, still another 2 weeks or so. So he won't feature this episode, but he should be back. If not for the Kansas City game, then soon after. Matarrita, Callan, Chanot, and Struna, very familiar back four. Herrera and Zalalem. I don't know if this happened last episode or not, but Pirlo is injured. He's out for 2 weeks as well with a fractured cheekbone. 2 more weeks for a fractured cheekbone. So Zalalem's going to come in for him. Harrison, and we're going to give Camargo a go on the wing with Maxi Morales and Villa. We're struggling to fill in with Rodney Wallace injured. We've moved Harrison to the left, and we're just really struggling to find someone to fill in that other wide place. John Lewis hasn't really done it. We have Shelton, who's done okay, but I'm keen to give Camargo a go and see how he goes. So let's hope it's a good one. Okay, so we can see their lineup. They're pretty much just matching us. Is that Fernando, Addy? I had him in a game in one of my saves in 2013 Football Manager, and he was amazing in Hungary. Well, there you go. It's a nice little reunion for me, isn't it? Highly recommend him if you are ever playing Football Manager 2013 with a smaller league. Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's have a look at what we can do for a team talk here. We're at home, so I think a passionate give the fans a performance. It wasn't the best reaction we've ever had from a team talk. A little bit of faith. A little bit more faith for David Villa. And hopefully a good result. Alright, let's see what we can do for these fans. I should mention too, those goals from the games against Red Bull and the Revs, you will be able to see that goals of the month at the end of the episode, so make sure after the games you stay tuned for that. That should be good. And a little bit of housekeeping as well. Johansson, our backup goalkeeper, has decided he wants to stay now that he's had a few games. So we've signed him to a new contract, so he's gone from absolutely not talking to me and signing a new contract. So that is good. Can we get that clear? Oh, it's a decent header. Because he has a secondary nationality of American, so he doesn't count as an international player, and he's quite a decent backup. So I'm actually quite happy that he's staying in the end. All right, let's see what can happen here. Nice bit of build-up. Be interesting to see how Zalalem goes too, replacing Pirlo. I've mentioned before, I would like to try and sign in. Can we build something up here, Harrison? Jack Harrison! Oh, that's insane. That was definitely going inside the post there. Maxi Morales with the corner, knocks it in, it's cleared. Do we have somebody back there? We do. And that's the end of that. Villa with the free kick, knocks it in. Chanot, it's a decent header. Oh, that was one of those just teasing, looping dribblers that almost was positioned perfectly. So this is going okay for us. In terms of highlights, hopefully this is ours. Hasn't been too much at the other end. There was that one header that they had that just went past, wasn't there? But that was about it. Right, Harrison keeps that, knocks it back in, back post. Camargo, no, it's not going to make it to him. We're keeping the ball though well, even if when it gets cleared, it's coming back to us, which is good. Zalalem, back to Herrera. Herrera hasn't been booked yet, so that's a good thing. What can Zalalem do? It's a decent ball for Harrison. We're working it around nicely. David Villa, can he play Camargo in? He goes himself. Oh! Off the post. That would have been goal of the season, surely. Nice build-up play and a finish like that. All right, building up again. I mean, we really need to capitalize on this and get a goal because it has been all New York City right now. Camargo gets through. Go on, son. Go on, son. He's got Villa in there. If he can find him, he can. David Villa. Camargo did really, really well here. Sucked his man in, just straight past. He looked like a nutmeg, actually. And then all he had to do was pick out Villa. And if you find Villa in front of goal like that, we know what the result's going to be. So that's an early lead for the boys. That's good stuff. I think Portland, I should have checked their form a little bit more closely. I think they have begun to tail off a little bit. It's going to fall for Villa. It is. Can Villa get another one? Oh, decent save. This has been all of New York City. It's just a blue wave right now. But credit to Portland, it is just the 1-0, so we can't get too complacent. That's not a good cross. Under a little bit of pressure there, though. Strunner has been booked. Now, Strunner's another one of our players that doesn't mind a red card either, is he? No, didn't mean to do that. So let's... Can we get a... No, two... Oh, wait, there we go. Concentrate. If we could get a second before half-time, you feel like we could maybe kill the game off. But while it's 1-0, you just never know. What can Zalalem do? Herrera. We're a little bit narrow. Keeps the ball to Chanot. What can Chanot do? Back to Herrera. Chanot, Zalalem, nice little triangle there. Maxi Morales goes himself. It's just over. That never really looked like going in. 58% of the ball. 9 shots on goal, 4 on target. You feel like we just may regret not putting a second in here. Maxi Morales has been a little bit quiet, hasn't he? Only 6.3. I think there's still room for improvement. Let's tell him not to get sent off. There's a few players here that will say aren't good enough. I was tempted to go with don't get complacent. I feel like I should be giving Herrera a team talk of don't get sent off, even though he hasn't been booked yet, because it tends to be just a matter of time with him. Zalalem's actually done quite... I wouldn't say well, but let's say we'll go with adequately. It's good to see Johansson's getting his match sharpness up too, because the goalkeeper without match sharpness can be a disastrous thing. All right, can we pick up where we left off here? I would imagine that Portland has had a little bit of a stern word at half-time, because for a team that's up towards the top of the league, they weren't particularly good. Oh, Villa's suspended now. Oh, that's not good. because we have obviously Colorado next. So now the question is, do we play a Coley or Shelton? But we should probably concentrate on this game first. Standing off a little bit too much there. It's through to Addy. Go on. No, don't let him score. It's over the top. So encourage. Morales is starting to push his luck here. Herrera's been booked. All right, Matarrita into Harrison. What can he do? Back to Matarrita. Can we find a ball? It's good. Is that Morales? Go on, son. Go on, son. Oh. I'm scared Herrera's going to get sent off here. He's lost my faith in his ability to make a tackle without getting booked. He is wonderful. I mean, we've seen how much ball he cleans up, but he just is getting into a habit of making silly, unnecessary tackles and getting booked for them. If this is lagging, guys, I'm really sorry. It looks as though it might be just a little laggy. All right, come on, Morales. Up to Villa. Villa's got Harrison steaming forward. He can find him. Go on, Jack. Go on, Jack. Oh, just didn't narrow angle. There was words in there somewhere. Just let it run a little bit too far, didn't he? All right, still just the 1-0. I can only remember them having the 2 highlights. But you just worry that something like this is going to happen. Go on, get back. Breathe, everybody. That looked like it could be just looping into the top corner, didn't it? All right, can we win this back? They are starting to come back into this. All right, we're going to have to make some changes because they're just knocking it in behind us. We've got a man at the back post. Can we mark him? Mark him. He had to be offside. Yeah. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to drop a little deeper so they can't just knock it over the top like that. And Herrera, he's just making me nervous. Do we want to take Morales off? We know that he's capable of just some wonderful, wonderful stuff, but it just doesn't look like it's going to be his day. If we take him off, Zelalem isn't as effective up there, and I really want him a little bit deeper directing play. Zelalem, speak of the devil. Oh, that looks a little bit risky pass. Alexander Ring. It's a decent ball. Zelalem's making himself available too, which is I'm really impressed with him. I'm hoping we'll be able to, if not sign him permanently from Arsenal, maybe get him back on loan. That's a decent pass as well. Come on, can you get the ball? And we don't have much height. Jack Harrison! Goal! We don't have much height, but we don't need much height. We have Jack Harrison. What a header that was at the back post. Camargo did really well to dink it up. Questionable defending. You'd wonder in the 6-yard box like that, could the keeper maybe have come and got it? But none of those things are our concerns. All right, what is going to happen here? Let's keep the contact. It's a good win for Morales. But you can see what he was doing. Villa, if he could just got past that man over the top. Oh, it's lungy and 2-footy. Ball down the line. Harrison is there. What can he do? He knocks it up to Villa. Oh, look at this man. I'm shooting Morales. David Villa. Oh, decent save again. Morales retrieves it back to Strunner. I'm assuming that highlights ended. We had Ring and acres of space there. Let's see what we can do for subs here. Strunner's on a card. Matarrita's looking very tight. Famous last words. But if we were to go to 10 men, I would hope we could hang out for 15 minutes. And what else do we want to do here? It's probably enough. We don't really have another good left-back option, so I want to try and save Matarrita for... We have, obviously, 2 more massive games coming up, so we want to try and save him for that. It's a bit of a nothing free kick. We want to try and tell him to concentrate here in a second when we can. Can we win that? We can. This has been absolutely dominant. Go on, David Villa. Go on, David. Oh, that wasn't great. If you are enjoying this and you haven't already, do give the video a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe if you're new. It all helps the channel grow and it's much appreciated by myself. 14 shots, only one of theirs on target. This has been a really, really good performance. Can we cap it off with a third? Morales. They've headed it away. His ring, he's going to pull it in. Oh, but he's giving it away. Well, worst case scenario, it's 2-1 with a minute to go. We should be fine. Oh, decent effort, that one. Still a minute to go. So this isn't likely to be a full-time highlight. Can we win that? Can we win? Oh, what a save by Johansson. That was Sean Johnson-esque, that one. And clear it. Free kick. Whenever it freezes like that off a corner, I always worry it's going to be a penalty. And this is it. Good win. And Camargo, 2 assists. We may have found an answer for that right wing spot. So I think passionate, well done, boys. We might just tell Morales, however, not great. Quality of possession, Camargo on form. Have a look what that does to the table. It gives us that nice little gap over Toronto FC. And there we go, equal top of the table. So we'll come back for the game against Colorado. We can see it's going to be another big one. Okay, so welcome back for the Colorado game. Now, since our game here, you can see we've had quite a few favourable results go for us. You can see here, Colorado lost. They got pounded by Houston. Atlanta lost, and remember, they were right up there with us. Kansas City won, which isn't great. Seattle won, but then look here. Atlanta dropped more points. Toronto lost. And we go here already. Atlanta's dropped more points again. Columbus, who were up there with us, has lost. Seattle has drawn. And also Sporting Kansas has lost. So if you look at the league table, suddenly, with games in hand, things are starting to look a little good for us for the Supporters' Shield. And in terms of our own conference here, we're 6 points clear, guys. We're 6 points clear with a game in hand. So ahead of this Colorado game, divisionally, we're looking really good. Even Supporters' Shield, there's not quite the pressure there that there may have been, because even if we lose, hopefully we won't, we're still only 4 points off top with a game in hand. So things aren't looking too bad. Now, that said, this is absolute code red. We're going into this game without Pirlo and without Villa. It's our worst nightmare, everyone. So it's basically the same team we had last time, with the exception of Akoli coming in for the suspended Villa. I'm really hoping that he will be able to just knock in a goal or two. You can see he's not hopeless. He's finishing as 12. Pace is good, jumping's good, acceleration's good. Off the ball's fine. He's not terrible, so I'm hoping we'll be able to get a result with him. So we can see we're both in what appears to be the default MLS formation. Herrera, a yellow card away from yet another suspension. He must have missed 6 or 7 games so far through suspension. Pick up where we left off is what the assistant thinks. We're away from home. I think, just come on, lads, show me what you can do to keep this run going. Hey, look at that, a team talk that worked. Okay, can we win a game without Pirlo and David Villa? This is the burning question ahead of this one. Pirlo was probably fit for the bench. I didn't pick him basically because this game isn't our season. I'd rather have him sit out another game and just give that extra chance that he's going to be fit and firing for the playoffs, because that's our bread and butter, isn't it? And I think it's only about a month away now. We are rapidly approaching the end of this season, so we don't want to take any risks. That being said, let's play some attacking football and score some goals. What's this highlight going to show for us? Get that away. Oh, it's not good defending. What a save from Johansson, but oh, he's missed. A wonderful save. Oh, Tim Howard plays for them. A wonderful save from Johansson, and was it Gatt? Was that who it was? Someone over there has just missed an absolute sitter. All right, let's demand more, boys. This is not good. I mean, we're away from home, so a draw, I guess, is not. Why are we so nervous, though? If they're nervous, I probably shouldn't have been demanding more in hindsight, but, you know, these things happen. So pretty rubbish first half in terms of highlights there, wasn't it? Maybe the team talk wasn't as good as it initially looked. I mean, we've had the ball, but we have created essentially nothing. So let's go a calm, not happy, and see what else is there we can do here. Listening nervously. There's a lot more to come. Maxi Morales. We really need Maxi Morales to step up this game, actually, because he is our third designated player. So we do actually need him to do something for us without the other two. So let's hope this is a little bit more interesting. If this stays scoreless for a while, let's go no pressure. I don't understand why they're all so nervous. We might have a go at it because in our current situation, a point doesn't really do much for us. Why are we so nervous? I don't understand what's going on here. Encourage? Is that what we want to say? Calm down, maybe? Though you'd think calm down would be more of a aggressive kind of thing. I'm thinking... Let me get that clear. Oh, God. I'm thinking we might need to just try and get out of here with a draw, maybe. Something here isn't working. Let's have a look what we can do. They're not really pushing in behind us, so we'll go more direct. Might look to play wider. I don't want to... Do I say get stuck in with Herrera on the pitch? So be expressive. Mixed crosses. We don't have Villa up top, so we can probably afford to be a little bit more creative with our crosses. Why are we so nervous? You do get the feeling we just need a goal to settle us down because there's no reason to be that nervous. There's the ball. Have a goal! Well, that should settle us down. That came out of absolutely nothing. A great cross for Matarrita, and he's picked out Camargo, whacked it in. Where has that come from for a start? But what a wonderful piece of play from Matarrita. That has calmed us down too. Look at that. You had the feeling that could be the case. All right, Akoli's not playing that well. Let's bring Shelton on. Now, he can play as a defensive forward. Absolutely perfect. Now, I don't usually use defensive forwards. Put pressure on the back. Yeah, we just want him to pressure the actual defenders. Anything else we want to change? Herrera is not on a yellow card, though he is one away from suspension, isn't he? So perhaps we want to look at taking him off. We're only a goal up, though. I don't want to risk anything here. That's a poor pass. Oh no, don't let them back in it. Don't do that. You know what I should have done is taken us off attacking. Who was this? Was it Chanot? No, it was Strunner. That is not what we needed. That's not even close to a teammate. And then he's caught out of position as well. I mean, maybe Gatt would have missed that, but... And the nerves are back. It's been a really strange performance, this, hasn't it? Really, really strange. You know what? To come away to one of the better teams. Here we go, Morales? No. That was a good defense, actually. To one of the better teams in the league, without Villa, without Pirlo, and get a draw, that's not terrible. The fact that we looked like we couldn't play football without those two on the team, not so much. We weren't good enough today. Yeah. Denied by late goal. Yeah, that was a bit of a shame, wasn't it? So let's have a look at the table. I said a point wouldn't be bad. With 3 points now off top with a game in hand. So goal difference, I think we'll come down to goal difference. We can probably check that. So that should be fine. Rules, league sorting rules, games won, goals scored. So goal difference is third. So that we've had a lot of draws. So games won may not be in our favour. No, it's definitely not. So it's not as good as we thought, actually. But there we go. So that's it for this episode. What I think we will do is we'll come back for the last 2 games of the season, New England and Columbus, unless we can win something beforehand. Then obviously I'll come back for that. But otherwise, we'll come back for those last 2 games. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you're new, then please do subscribe. We have a good run into the end of the season coming, and playoffs, of course, as well. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I've been Aussie Villain, and here are our goals of the month for September. No, August. Goals of the month for August. Take care.
Ow.